Hypnotic Hiker presents Hypnotic Trip, a virtual mind trip experience, a series of guided journeys that take you back to your true self. In these episodes, you'll discover the power of your subconscious mind and how to easily change any old outdated programs from birth that have kept you stuck. You'll enjoy some virtual hikes, plus I'll share the divine interventions that I've encountered on my hikes and how I put those into my spiritual practice. You'll learn walking meditation and self-hypnosis. By the way, I've been a clinical hypnotist in Dallas since 2002. In addition, we'll explore the importance of staying connected to that wild child within you and in touch with your primitive instincts. We'll talk about how the modern world has tried to change us into the cogs of a machine. I'll dive into mass hypnosis and the concept of transhumanism. We will even explore regenerative ranching and agriculture via a virtual tour of my homestead. But the most important discovery you'll have is how to lose that shadow self and to love yourself again, to stand on your own 2 feet and think from your heart mind and speak with your true voice. You'll gain the freedom to be your absolute best self. I'm Valerie, the Hypnotic Hiker. So are you ready for a new relationship with you? We can do that, and it begins in nature. Come along with me now. Welcome to episode 3, where we introduce the REAL series, REAL. Are you ready to put in the effort to absolutely love yourself? That's a question. It's also the acronym for REAL, ready to put in the effort to absolutely love yourself. I'm calling this the REAL series, and in this series you will learn how to alter your reality, not with projected realities and AI and things like that. But so let's start with the question: what reality are you living in? What reality are you experiencing? And do you want to escape that? And what is your favorite way to escape? And is that way serving you best? I sure ask a lot of questions. So is the way that you're escaping a loving and natural way, or a shadow self tendency to turn towards an unhealthy, unloving, self-destructive behavior? Escaping in that way is not a lasting option. As a hypnotist, I help people create new realities that are more aligned with your true self. Sometimes people say, well, it's just all in your mind, the way that you are, your reality, it's just all in your mind. And I say, good, because if it is all in your mind, you can change it. Don't escape your reality. Transform it. There is this new trend to use projected realities to escape. Please don't fall prey to this. Someone else has programmed those, and they will only weaken you. Instead, tap into the power of your own mind to transform your current reality. With hypnosis, you can easily alter your perspective of your current situation. You can transform anxiety, anger, addictions into calmness, confidence, happiness, and freedom. You have the power within you to do this. Hypnosis is a tool. So what is hypnosis? Well, it's not being gullible. It's not brainwashing. It is a relaxed state, a focused state of concentration, where you are very keenly focused on what you're hearing or what you're imagining. And in that state, your mind tends to make true what you're experiencing. Something that I do in my office that's incredibly fascinating is I have the client walk from one end of the office to the other, just casually walk from point A to point B. And then when they get to point B, I ask them to turn around and slowly start back to A. And about 10 steps in, I say, but now you're walking on a plank suspended between two skyscrapers, and their bodies will falter. Their minds, you can tell they're like trying to adjust their balance so they don't fall. Isn't that fascinating? Because they're on that same carpeted floor. But when you kind of throw the element of surprise at someone, it sort of flickers the conscious reasoning mind and allows the suggestion to slip in. There's something else that we do too to test one's suggestibility, and we have them hold their arms out in front, palms up, and I say, okay, in the right hand there's a heavy rock, and you can see them, trying to hold that rock up. Some people let their hand go all the way down to their lap. Others just keep it right there, acting like there's nothing there. So then I say, in your left hand, just think about something heavy, and then that left hand might go down. So those are the indirect or the emotional suggestibles who kind of want to decide for themselves what's heavy. So we have, direct and indirect suggestions. So the mind, right, the unconscious mind, doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. And so I say there's a rock, and the physical body says, yeah, and it's heavy, and so my arm is actually floating down. This is, to me, just really fascinating. So more about what hypnosis is in future episodes. So if you're ready to get what is in your head, your mind, transformed into something productive, positive, and purposeful, and have been unsuccessful so far, hypnosis might be a great alternate reality. Alter your reality. Take a trip, a hypnotic trip, back to the real you. I have created a hypnosis recording for you. It's through a link in the show notes. So check it out. My goal this year is to remain real, and in the process help you too. Or maybe discover your real self for the first time. Remember that, your real self. Think back, way back to when you were 5 or 6. What is fascinating is that we typically don't remember anything before we were 5. The truth of us, our curious side, our creativity, our non-dualistic mind is lost, and we're left with that conformed self, the shadow self that I talked about in episode 2. So ready to be real again? Welcome to the Real series. So what is being real? Be ready to put in the effort to have absolute love for yourself. In this Hypnotic Trip Real series, we will search for the truth of you and bring that out in the open with confidence. So there's no reason to hide behind filters and emojis and projections. And in the process, you can find your true north, a new direction for your life. You can feel grounded and clear-minded and calm, and reconnect your natural instincts to guide you on your path of freedom, to be your higher self, and to thrive no matter what is happening around you. How? With hypnosis. I'm a hypnotist. That's what I have. And especially hypnotic hiking, hypnosis in nature. Remember, when you're hiking, you're in hypnosis, so I don't necessarily need to be there with you. Hypnosis is a tool to access the power of you within to change your current reality naturally and with an improved feeling of confidence. Again, there is a link to the hypnotic session for this in the show notes. Journeying back to your true self, the real you, starts with love for yourself, caring enough about yourself to even begin the journey. You are not your best self when you're not feeling, when you're distracted, when you are no longer thinking for yourself about yourself. So are you ready to put in the effort to absolutely love yourself? Being ready means being real and owning your current feelings, situation, and physical appearance. If you reject any part of that, it's like the unconscious digs in its heels and doesn't really want to make those changes. So accepting and loving exactly the situation you're in is the best way to move out of it. In this process, you're going to discover the real you, perhaps a different life purpose, discover what it feels like to feel emotions, and to create real dreams with real realities. Look for episodes in this podcast with real, R-E-A-L, in the title for more from the Real series. My hope for you is that through listening to all of these podcasts, I think I have 20 planned so far for 2023, you'll find acceptance of the truth of you, wisdom, confidence, intelligence, instincts, your ability to thrive and stay healthy, to be naturally happy and to feel free. Have the power of critical thinking, to stay focused and pay attention, to get back your true north, to be oriented in the right direction, to stay grounded, instinctive, and to allow your higher self to work through you. This podcast is sponsored in part by Simply Organic Soap, maker of plant-based organic soaps, lotion bars, salts, and other bath products infused with essential oils to care for your skin and to connect you with nature. The Simply Hypnotic Soap was inspired by me, the Hypnotic Hiker. You can take a bath on the wild side by ordering that product and other products at the link in the show notes. Simply Organic Soap, made in Texas. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook and stay up to date on all their latest products, promotions, and make it yourself events.